Captain, what are you talking about?
It appears to be a blackout. Everything is all black.
We ready for y'all. We ready. We ready. We ready.
Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy Jamar, Top Shelf Sports Talk, back with another live. Man, I know y'all see me with my head down as I came on the air because I'm frustrated. You lose to the Cardinals. That just cannot ever happen. But it did. They lost to the Cardinals. Oh, man. Real quick, I want to address something real quick. I Last week after the loss to the Cardinals, I posted and said that Nick Sirianni and Brian Johnson is a package deal. They both need to be let go. My brother Jason, first want to say something. I'm overreacting, saying that Nick Sirianni needed to be let go, and partially, I'm gonna take some of it back. Partially, only reason why I'm giving him a pass right now is because when he said, or when AJ Brown finally spoke to the media, and AJ Brown said, I forget what game it was, but there was a play that Nick Sirianni called or Brian Johnson called, one of them two, and they totally changed the play out there in the field, and it wound up being a bad play, a negative play, and when asked about the play in the press conference, Nick Sirianni said that was totally on him, that he called that play and that they didn't execute because he called of the play he called. So in that respects, I give him his respect. I give him his props. I say, all right, well, you're a coach that's taking it on the team for your players. You're willing to get ran over by the bus for your players. I accept that as a coach. You want that, because that makes your players understand that you're there for them. You're coaching for them, and you're not going to let anybody just talk crazy about them, even in the situation where they messed up. So I give him his props for that. But the other half of that, the reason why I say Nick Sirianni and obviously Brian Johnson need to go, because this is just my theory and my theory alone. Nick Sirianni is never, to me, and Jason said it, my brother Jason said is up to Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie to hire a coordinator. And that's probably true. But I don't think that they're going to get anybody in that position that has more head coaching experience or more play calling experience than than Nick Sirianni. So that makes it hard for him to not call plays. Got some new gear. No, Jay, I've been had this. I've been had this gear. I've been had the gear. I just didn't wear a jersey today because I didn't want to represent nobody right then after that loss that we just suffered, man. That loss was terrible. And Jay, yeah, no, listen, I wanted to do this show real quick on by myself just to kind of get a little bit of frustration off the chest. I need you for the playoff run. I need you for the playoff run. So I just wanted to just kind of do this one last show on my own real quick. But don't you always welcome to be a part of it. You always welcome to be on the platform. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you a link on Pick'em Hour. I would like you to come on. All right, here go Dallas hater. Y'all stink. Y'all stink, and there ain't no playoff run. You hope, brother. You hope. Listen, let me tell you something, Smitty. Y'all lose today is a problem, Smitty. If y'all lose today, it's a problem. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like, you can play around on here if you want. Y'all lose today, it's a problem for y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all should beat the Commanders. Y'all in Washington, y'all should beat the Commanders. The Commanders are obviously playing for nothing. But if y'all lose the Commanders, it's a problem. So, it is what it is. You know what I mean? You say the only run y'all going to have, the only run y'all going on is to the Poppy Shop down the block. Hey, listen, we might be going to the Poppy Shop down the block, but you're going to be following with us. Your Cowboys is going to be right there with us. So what are you saying? You know what I mean? Your Cowboys is going to be right there with us. No, bro, I know it's all love. Like I said, if you available around the Pick'em Hour with like around 11:30, I'm gonna send you the link so you can get on in and we can go through these picks together. NFC champs or NFC East champs? Which one? Because you could be NFC East champs. That's fine. We'll give you that. At the end of the day, you're not going to be NFC champs. I mean, you're going to the Super Bowl, which that ain't happening. You and I know both that ain't happening. So stop. Smitty, did you get enough sleep last night? I know you be up working hard doing your interviews and stuff. Did you get enough sleep last night? Let you in, Carl? You went in? Damn, this is the first time. Hey, happy belated birthday, Carl. I did wish you a happy birthday yesterday on the show. Carl, you went in? I get you. I'm gonna get y'all at the halfway mark. But anyway, I want to get. What did he say? Smitty said Carl Sampson is watching and he's been ducking his taco all week. Oh man. Smitty on the road today. He on the road this morning. I appreciate you, Smitty. You on the road this morning. He knew y'all stink. Nobody knows we ain't playing Eagle style football, right? Our coaches have been out thinking and overstanding and not understanding what's going on that field. But it's crazy how we look out there, man. And the frustration, you can see it in the players. The frustration is not, the players are not happy at all. I mean, because you're not using your talent to what you built your team around. Like, you're calling screenplays, you're calling quarterback sneaks. Like, twice in that game, they did a back-to-back quarterback sneak. Twice in that game. It's like, how do you do that? How do you call that type of play in those scenarios? Like, how I don't understand it. You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense. Y'all coaches are DH and jerks and ruining y'all team. You're absolutely right, man. Like, it's crazy how our coaching is really costing us ball games. It's costing us ball games. You got AJ Brown, you got Devontae Smith, which you got him hurt because he got rolled up on, and you're still calling the same plays with the same record as us. Yeah, the Cowboys they better not slip up today, man. That's all I'm gonna tell you, Smitty. Carl Sampson, we smoked y'all and we took the division right from underneath y'all. No, y'all didn't smoke us. I mean, y'all did smoke us, but it doesn't matter. We split the season series. We beat y'all the first game. So, I mean, what we talking about? We ain't gonna talk about the past, Smitty. We ain't gonna talk about the past. Cut it out. But anyway, the coaches, the Nick Sirianni, Brian Johnson, and even for Matt Patricia to take over the defense, I haven't really seen anything different than what they've been doing all year long. Which leads me to say that it wasn't shown to side. It was the players. Nobody's tackling. Nobody's taking the right angles. It's just they're out there I don't know what they're doing. No pressure on the quarterback. I don't get it. They're not getting home on blitzes. I don't understand. Like, they made the change to bring in Matt Patricia. Said he was calling the plays on defense, but to me it made no difference. It made no difference at all so far to me. Now, hopefully going forward in the playoffs, it's something different. The Cowboys want to make up for what the Sixers are doing to me the last few games. Yeah, the Sixers, I don't know. Joel Embiid didn't play last night. Tobias Harris didn't play last night. The Sixers, I don't know what's going on with them. They need to rebound. But the Cowboys ain't gonna make up for that though. You know what I mean? Like the Cowboys will not make up for that. The players was the reason for the change. They wasn't feeling the side. But listen, let me tell you something, Jay. They might not have been feeling the side, but they're not doing anything different than they were underneath the side. So what was the point? Like, what is the actual point of it? I know they said they didn't think he was confident enough when he was calling the plays, but I mean, Matt Patricia's a proven. He was a head coach in the league. He's called defenses before, and they still look the same. I don't understand it. They still look the same to me. I got something to say, some things to say. I got you, Carl. I'm gonna please hang on with me. I got you. I'm gonna send you. I'm definitely gonna send you a link. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like if the players are feeling like Desai is not calling it or being confident enough when he's calling plays, then you make the plays when Patricia's out there. But you didn't. You didn't. In the third quarter, you've been giving up like 15, 20 points every game since he took over. What's the difference? You might as well have kept Desai out there. It ain't no difference. The players is the team. If they don't believe, you have no chance. But Jay, I feel you, right? The players are the team. Like, they usually dictate what goes on. They got that man demoted to calling up in the booth, to being up in the booth, and they did nothing different with bringing Matt Patricia in. There's no difference in the defense. Tell me one thing you saw differently since Matt Patricia take over. I'll wait for anybody in the chat to tell me that. Tell me something that Matt Patricia did differently since taking over as a coordinator. I have seen nothing yet. You know what I mean? So tell me what he has done. Jay, I'll wait for you, because that's at the end of the day, that team still looks the same. The defense still looks the same. There's nothing different that Matt Patricia has done for that defense that they haven't done, since Desai was the defensive coordinator. It's nothing different. They still can't tackle. They're still not getting stops. They got ran up all up and down the field on by the Cardinals. They had James Conner like he was rookie. I mean, like he was a MVP. Like, what was the point of it? The worst since the change. Yeah, they got worse since the change. What's up, E? Happy New Year, happy holidays to you, brother. They got worse since the change. Yeah, they haven't done nothing. Like, that change was supposed to fuel them and get them fired off in the right direction, but they have done nothing. They lost, 4 or 5? They done nothing. Tell me what they did, Jay. I'm waiting for you. Because at the end of the day, they done nothing, man. So you can't sit here and tell me that the players made a decision that they didn't want Sean Desai to be the head coach anymore because they didn't like what he was doing and still play the same under Matt Patricia. What's the point? I would have rather them make a change at offensive coordinator. I would have rather that. Because at the end of the day, like I feel like this: if your team, your offense is controlling the ball, controlling the time of possession, there's no way that you're putting your defense in harm's reach when you're controlling the ball. You're out in the field. I'd rather them have made a change on an offensive coordinator. Brian Johnson and Nick Sirianni ain't it. Calling plays, they not it. I don't care what nobody say, they not it. They need to make a change when it comes to that. And hopefully in the offseason they do. Brian Johnson, I mean, God knows I know for a while they were talking about he was a head coaching candidate. He was on point to make get a head coaching job. But I know since that report came out, I think that was like either before the Jets lost or after the Jets lost, every team was like, nah, you know what? I'm cool. He ain't ready. He ain't got it. You know what I mean? He ain't ready for this. But I'd rather them make a change at an offensive coordinator than defensive coordinator. I'm still waiting for Jay to comment on this. He ain't saying nothing yet. He got quiet on me. But at the end of the day, like, this team right now going against the Giants team, like, we all believe that they should win this game. We all believe that they need to win this game. But the problem is None of us have confidence that they will do either. None of us have confidence that they'll go out there and handle business against the Giants. We haven't seen it all year long out of this team. All year long, even when we were winning, we have never seen them actually go out to and play a game from start to finish and finish the game strong against lesser opponents. I mean, 2 weeks ago, we played this Giants team and almost lost to them. They gave up 15-something points in the third quarter. We have never seen this team go out there and dominate from start to finish all year long, the way they were built to play. That's the exact way they were built to play. Dominate from start to finish. If you want to stop our running game, we're going to air you out. If you want to stop our passing game, we're going to run the ball on you. You know what I mean? Hey, Marty goes, I know they're going to win, you know. They got to win. They need to win. You know what I mean? I hope that's my girl, KK. What's up, KK? But at the end of the day, like, there's no reason that the way we were built to have a strong running game, a strong passing game, that any team should be able to stop us, especially the teams that was on our schedule. The 49ers are the toughest team. I give 49ers their props. They're one of the toughest teams. But if we were playing good defense, and I said this last week on the show, when Brock Purdy plays against a team that has good defense, he doesn't show up. He's not as good as we think. Carl, you agree? Like, he's not as good as we think he is, or they think he is. I don't think Brock Purdy's that good, but he's played against teams that have bad defenses. Again, even us, our defense was bad when we played them. It was bad. Nothing else you could say about that. Our defense was horrendous when we played against them. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like, you know, if the 49ers are playing against teams that had good defense, especially going into the playoffs, they're not going to do too much, in my opinion. Now, there's a couple 49er fans out here that will beg to differ, but that's fine. That's your team. That's what you're supposed to do. But you playing against a good defense, you're not going to do that good. In Dallas, the Cowboys ain't ready at all. Cowboys ain't ready at all. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Dak sit up there and Smitty, you can sit up there and talk trash about Dak and CD Goat or whatever you want to call him, CD Lamb Cuff or whatever you want to say. They ain't ready. They're going to do exactly what they do every year when it gets to the playoffs. True. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing is, if the Eagles get their act together, if the Eagles figure out how to play football, figure out how to stop somebody on defense, be able to put up a good offense, y'all, listen, it would be lights out for a lot of you guys. The 49ers, if we play good defense, we will be able to beat that 49er team. If we could play good defense, lamb chop, we're going to cook them, yeah. If our defense just shows up for even a half, we could stop them. We could beat them. Like, but our defense gotta get it together. So that's what I'm saying. Like, under Sean Desai or Matt Patricia, it really didn't matter because you're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing. You can't. And Jason, I guess you might have got off the line, but you ain't said nothing yet to make me understand why the coaching change was needed. The Eagles done nothing since that change. The crazy thing, all we need as a D is to get off the field on third down. Exactly. That's exactly the point. But we can't do that. We didn't do that all last week. At all. I think they converted on every third down except maybe one. Gotta show something today. Yeah, we definitely do. If we don't, man, it's going to be one and done. And I'm guaranteeing most of us out here as fans, the way we've been playing the last couple of weeks, the way we've been playing all year long, to be honest, is probably sitting there thinking, yeah, this is a one and done year. I mean, I'm an Eagles fan. You know, you see my Eagles gear on. I'm not going to not rep my team, but they haven't done anything for me to be like overly excited saying that they're going to win this game or they're going to go in the playoffs and do damage. They have given me zero confidence to say that they're going to go in the playoffs and actually do damage. I haven't seen it all year. y'all got nothing for Lamb. He ain't got nothing for himself. He ain't got nothing for himself. Trust me, when the playoffs come, you'll see a different team. You'll see a different Cowboys team in that playoffs, because in the playoffs, the games they get a little bit more intense. And we know Dak Prescott can't handle that. We know he can't handle that. You know what I mean? So talk your CeeDee Lamb talk now, but in the playoffs, it gets a little bit different. The third downs on D is what killing us, but it definitely is. But it definitely on the players getting off blocks, making tackles, and all that is key. Exactly, Jay. But what I'm saying to you is this same statement you're making right now it was the same under Desai. It was the same under Desai. The tackling, getting off blocks, it was the same under Desai. So I'm still trying to figure out. You still haven't told me yet what was the coaching change for, because they're doing the same thing. Dallas all about being home on the road day week. Yeah. I mean, but at the end of the day, Dallas can't handle pressure either. I think the Eagles are going to get it together. Thanks for checking in, Blender B. Appreciate you. Appreciate your support. Delaware, DMV. I mean, not Delaware. Delaware, Maryland, Virginia group for Eagles. Check her out. That's her platform. Subscribe to that. If you're ever in those areas, if you want to hang out with some Eagles fans, get with her. She'll help you out. She'll point you in the right direction. But if they don't get it together, it'll be one and done. If they don't get it together, it will be one and done for the Eagles. Oh, I'm sorry. DC, Maryland, and Virginia. My bad. DMV. DC, Maryland, and Virginia. If you're in those areas, check her out. You know, she can get you hooked up with some local Eagles fans in that area. You know what I mean? But if they don't get it together, it'll be one and done. Like I said, the defense, like we all agree, the defense needs to step up. The defense needs to make stops, get off blocks, tackle, make key tackles, and get off the field. The offense needs to sustain drives. You got to mix the run with the pass. Even if you think the run is not working, you got to stick with the run. You can't go away from it, become one-dimensional, and start throwing the ball all over the field in triple, quadruple coverage to A.J. Brown, hoping that he make a play, and nothing is going to happen. You're throwing interceptions. You can't keep doing quarterback sneaks. You're killing Jalen Hurts. And that makes me think that the Eagles somehow got a problem with Jalen Hurts. Y'all might say, what you talking about? How you got a problem with Jalen? How you got a problem with Jalen Hurts? They're doing design quarterback runs with the man back-to-back plays. 2 different times. Two different drives. I would like to see them make some sacks today. I would like to see them make a bunch of sacks today. They got Tyrod Taylor back there, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get to that man. I would like to see them take him down and make a big statement on defense going into the playoffs. The players didn't believe they was put in the right position to make plays. It's different with position, but with Patricia. But at the same time, you could say miracles too happen overnight. Jay, you said they felt as though they weren't being put in the right position under Sean Desai, right position to make plays under Sean Desai. So what's the problem now? I mean, tell me, you're still not understanding what I'm trying to ask you. What is the problem now? Because their defense is still as worse as it was when they was playing under Sean Desai. What difference has Matt Patricia made since he came, and took over as defensive play caller? What difference has he made? You said it a couple comments ago when you said that the players are not making tackles or getting off of blocks. That's the problem. That is the problem. The coaching was there. The play calling was there. They used that as an excuse. Under Matt Patricia, they have done nothing differently to make you believe that they're a better defense. I'm still waiting for you to tell me that. I saw nothing different since Matt Patricia taking over. Nothing. Different DC, same scheme. He just calling a little bit more aggressive with the blitz. Sean Desai was calling a lot of blitzes or blitz. Sean Desai was. They weren't making tackles. Sean Desai was being very aggressive. Very aggressive. They did nothing differently since Matt Patricia has taken over the game. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send y'all the links now so y'all can get in on this. Defense win game so far. Defense has stepped up, but any given Sunday, any team could be any team. We'll see at 4:15. You're right. You're absolutely right. You can. You know what I mean? You can. Hold on. I'm trying to send the guys these links. You can beat any team. Hey Carl, I need your email. Carl, because I don't have it's not popping up on Messenger. Send me your email. Jason, I just sent you the link. But at the end of the day, you any team can beat any team. That is football. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to look for what is the difference since Desai left and since Patricia took over. All right, Carl. Oh, my bad. I'm gonna try to send that to you in a few seconds. Give me a few seconds. I think that until last game they was making progress, but Rome wasn't built in a day. New coordinator means new philosophy. Give it time. We ain't got time, brother. We ain't got no time for that. Are you kidding me? We ain't got no time for that. Like, how we got time for that? You know what I'm saying? How do we have time for that? You know, at the end of the day, we don't have time for that. We can't wait. You know, we can't wait. We have it's the playoffs right now. You know what I mean? It's the playoffs right now. You ain't got no time to wait to get no philosophy. It's the playoffs. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you have no time to wait. You need it done now. Carl, invite has been sent, Carl. Jay, the invite has been sent. But we ain't got no time to wait, Jay. You got to clarify that one, because at the end of the day, if you're waiting for your defense to get the philosophy down, like, and it's week 18, like it's too late. I mean, because to me, like, he hasn't called anything different than what he's been calling, and he looks the same. The defense looks the same. We can't tackle. We can't stop nobody. We can't get off blocks. We can't do anything. So tell me the difference. Tell me the difference on the defense. I just want to hear it. I want to hear what you're saying, because what you just said makes it better for next year, but it does nothing for us right now. All right, hold on. I got my man Carl, and I'm gonna let him in. Yo.
Brother, how you doing?
All right, how are you? Welcome to the platform.
Thank you, man. And I would like to give you your flowers, if you wouldn't mind, for a minute.
Okay.
I watched you from afar. I've worked with you, and I must say the growth of this platform that you set up and what you're doing is mighty impressive, man.
Appreciate
I
it.
enjoy what you're doing. Very informative. It's good for the city. It's good for the game. So shout out to you.
Appreciate that. I really appreciate it. I've been working hard trying to make this happen, man. You know, I've been on Sixers 24/7. If you guys don't know, that's my man Carl, the 215, the sports guy, Sixers 24/7. If you're a Sixers fan, get on there, get active, get in the comments, talk your talk. You know, these guys, they know what they're talking about.
All right. So we're talking football. We're talking
Right.
Eagles football. All right. So I want to point some things out. It's hard for a team to repeat for a lot of different reasons. One of the main reasons is you lose personnel
Mm-hmm.
because you're in that spotlight. Teams are seeing your coaches, teams are seeing different players that you covet, and they're grabbing them up. They grab both our defensive and offensive coordinator, our star middle linebacker Edwards gone, and people might not, be in the mindset of it, but we lost Sue and we lost the other veteran big fella defensive tackle out of the rotation. okay, along with Hargrave, our best defensive lineman last year. We replaced that with two young guns who are very solid, but they haven't played a lot of football, a lot of NFL football. So we have two young guys who are not in top tier NFL shape playing top tier NFL reps. And what you're seeing is they're tired as hell. And all we really have behind them is Fletcher Cox. Let's bring it to the edge rushers. We got Reddick and we have Graham on the other, I mean, Sweat on the other side. So we don't, that inside isn't getting the push that they normally get, which allows Reddick, Graham, and whoever's on the edge to eat because they have to compensate for that inside pressure somewhere so the edge gets open. Nobody's scared of the inside no more, so they're double teaming Reddick and they're double teaming the other side of the edge. So that pressure that we used to getting, we ain't getting it no more, which is allowing our cornerbacks to defend a little bit longer. 2 seconds is a lot of time when you're defending somebody. So go ahead, Jamar.
I want to tell you this, man. I hear what you just said, but to me, all that's an excuse. Let me bring my brother in for a second. Hold on, Jay. Let me finish this real quick. Jay, Carl, that's Jay. That's my brother.
How you doing?
But real quick, all that to me is an excuse, right? Because at the end of the day, you're a football player, right? And you can't use tired as an excuse, saying that you're young and you're tired and this and the third. That's an excuse. Go out there and play football. Secondly, with losing Hargrave and who else we lost? We lost.
We lost basically the whole middle of our defense.
Okay, we lost the whole middle of our defense, right? But at the end of the day, what I'm saying to you is that when you look at the last few games, at least just the last 2 or 3 games, we haven't been able to tackle. That has nothing to do with losing Hargrave, T.J. Edwards, whoever else we lost.
I disagree.
You're not tackling, Jay. How you?
No, I believe I say that's true. They're not tackling. Their tackling's been poor. I ain't gonna say they're not tackling. Their tackling's been poor. But where we've been losing defensively, most of the games is in the middle of the field, where most of our defense from last year is gone. They've been killing us in the trenches from the tackles, the linebacker spot, and the safety spot. That's what's been killing us. It ain't really been a quarterback. Quarterback hurting us is bad, but because we've been hurting other spots, because they can attack the quarterback spot, because they can make it so suspect.
Let me push back on that, right? At the end of the day, I feel you though. We lost the middle of our defense, but you're still not answering the question of why we can't tackle. We're in position, but we can't make the tackle.
I try to answer that, and I'll give a little bit of point of number one. I'll go back to the point where I do think these guys are fatigued in a lot of different ways. I think they are. We had one of the toughest schedules. Let me finish. As far as games played, we played 3 games in one time in like 8, 9 days, 10 days, something like that at one point. So I think these guys are tired for one, and for two, I think they're pressure a little bit because nobody puts more pressure on themselves than them. They know they're not playing good. They're trying to be attacking the well, so they're trying a little bit too hard. And an inch long in the NFL is one pass the whole team. So, hence that stuff that we should have had last week. God is right there. Just let him go, I think they're pressing a little bit. But
I would piggyback on what he said. He's true. But the defense is a little tired because of the amount of games we played in a short amount of time, because of the tough opponents we played in the schedule, but also because I believe the offense hasn't been giving no breaks. The offense been going 3 and outs because they're not sustaining drives. They give them little breathers, and the defense, if you look at it statistically, they've been playing the most plays of most any defense in the league so far over these couple of games. It's been killing them. And we're not built right now, especially when we're playing on a lot of young guys, to play the amount of plays to be dependent on as defense. We was dependent on offense. The defense was supposed to get by. But now we're depending on the defense, and the offense ain't carrying us. So that's why it's looking real bad right now.
All right, let me just say something real quick to both of y'all. I think what y'all saying, I understand what y'all saying. I don't agree with it though.
I understand.
Because reason why I don't agree with it right now at this point in time of the season is when you're supposed to catch your stride and go in the playoffs on a high horse. We did that last year. I mean, don't get it wrong. I hear the personnel. I hear all that. But what I'm telling you is that you have not made tackles at all.
But let me piggyback off of that. When we were one of the top defenses earlier in the year, what was the difference?
Huh?
What was the difference when we were the top defensive teams earlier in the year? What was the difference?
Last year? You
This
talking
year,
about
earlier this year, the first 4 or 5 games, we were one of the top defensive teams in numbers. The only thing different that happened against the man, we lost Cunningham for quite a while. And he was playing real well early on in the year. We lost
That's the
McCoy.
defense. Our run defense.
Our linebackers have went down. And the
Yep.
teams that were dominating in the defensive tackle position, our young guns, they have been depleted throughout the year. You don't
we were
see it now.
we were all hyped to sign Shaq Leonard,
Trash.
but we were
I
all
didn't
hyped.
say it's trash, but when we signed him, everybody knew. Everybody was saying that he's not gonna be no savior. He's not gonna come in there and be Ray Lewis and save the defense. It was impossible. First of all, he got a back issue. He's not gonna come in the league with a back issue and then save us. How is that possible? He was just supposed to be a little bit better than somebody like this. He's replacing what's his name, the rookie. He's not a rookie, second year this year. Linebacker, the Kobe Dean. He was replacing the Kobe Dean. That was all he was. He basically was filling to help with the better than we had because we didn't have no better replacement, and the Kobe Dean got hurt, and then Cunningham got hurt, then Morrow got hurt. We killed the linebacker in injuries, really.
Like I said, man, I hear y'all talking. I just don't agree with it.
But my problem with linebacker is that the Eagles don't value it as much as they should. I can understand you not putting all your resources into it, but besides putting all your resources into it, they just devalue it. You shouldn't devalue it.
Right.
Like they just treat it like it's a second class citizen. No, linebacker. Look at 49ers on them. Linebackers make impact plays. Linebackers can make your defense. The
Look at
fact
the
that they
49ers.
devalue
Look at the 49ers team as a whole. Look at them as a whole. The way they play football, the way they, it's a total night and day, and we're built the same as them.
I want to say the same.
Hold on. Maybe not defensively. Maybe defensively we lack a little bit. But what I'm saying to you is the style they were built on is the style, especially on offense. We are built on offense. We don't use just like you said. We don't sustain drives. We 3 and out. But that's not what our offense was built on. At the end of the day, like we gotta, if we're gonna make noise, you gotta we don't have time to learn philosophies and all that. You gotta tackle, you gotta make plays, you gotta get off the field on defense. On offense, you gotta drive the ball, you gotta use your running backs, and your receivers. Stop running the ball with Jalen Hurts. See, we got a bunch of excuses about why we're in the position that we're in. At the end of the day, it's very simple. Get your head out your you-know-what, play football, and stop with the excuses. That's what we pay. We got excuses.
I'm all for black coaches. I'm all for black excellence and promoting them. But Brian Johnson has shown me time and time again this year, as far as pressure play calling, as far as the best game, this is NFL football. He doesn't make impactful decisions out there.
See, that's the biggest mystery right now in the season because nobody knows how much percentage goes to Brian Johnson or to Nick Sirianni or to the Eagles' top brass. Like, who's really is in control and who's really running the show and making these decisions because we don't know. And that's what's making everybody frustrated and confused because nobody knows because who is making these decisions because we want to know who to put in spare out because some of these decisions don't make sense. And we want to know why these are making these decisions.
That's why I said fire both of them.
To be totally honest, all the fingers have to be pointed at the boss. It has to be pointed at Nick Sirianni. He okayed the Brian Johnson hire. He okayed the defensive coordinator hire. These are the guys that he's been the interview and he felt it.
But see, that makes it difficult too to me because if that's a Sirianni decision, then that means you're gonna fire Nick Sirianni off of one bad decision off his whole career so far. That don't make no sense to me.
No. It's not off of one bad decision because I mean Matt Patricia might not have been a bad decision, but here's my point about Nick Sirianni with the offense, especially in general. Brian Johnson ain't it, but Nick Sirianni ain't it neither. He's not the. I'm talking about as far as play calling. Nick Sirianni is not a good play caller at all.
No, that's not his
But in
point.
my position, in my mind, I believe that Nick Sirianni doesn't want anybody in that position that knows more than him when it comes to play calling, or even has more experience in the NFL as a head coach than
See,
him.
that's what me and you disagree.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Let me finish. Even if because you're gonna say like it's up to what's his name, Howie Roseman and those guys to make the decisions of who they want to bring in.
No, I ain't gonna say that at all.
I understand that, but what I'm telling you is that Nick Sirianni can't call plays. And unless he gets somebody in there that's going to do what Shane Steichen did and tell him, listen, sit down and let me call the play, it's going to be like this going for a period.
See, I think what you just putting out there is an outlandish theory because I believe Nick Sirianni showed that he has humility by when that year he gave Steichen full control for the last 2 years because he seen his play caller wasn't working out and he wasn't as good as he thought he was. That was humility, and him fact that giving that play call over to Steichen was humility. The fact that you saying that he doesn't have that kind of humility in him doesn't make sense to me because we just proved that he does. So you saying that he won't hire somebody better than him as a play caller doesn't make sense to me. And I don't even see where you get proof for that from. That's just something you coming out of nowhere from to me.
No,
Second off, I think Sirianni knows he's not a good play caller. That's why he gave up play calling to Steichen and said, I'm going to overlook the overall thing of the Eagles and make sure that I think he just made a bad hire. Because like most organizations in the NFL, they hire from within first. They thought because he was there last year, he was under Steichen, he was under Sirianni, he would understand and be able to develop with the offense. They had a connection with Jalen. They thought it would work out, and it just didn't. That's all that happened.
I'm gonna make this one point, and then I'm gonna move to the work. I'm gonna just say, any great head football does not have to be a great play caller. Hence Doug Peterson, who was just as good as his coordinator. Okay, hence a lot of different coaches who are just as good as their coordinator. Man, the eyes are on the East ball to put coordinators around teams that will support them and make them look good. But peace and love, brother. I'm gonna go to work. That's love.
appreciate you, Carl. Thanks for joining, man.
No problem.
Jeez, have fun.
Yo, so let me say this to you real quick. I don't agree with none of that.
I'm surprised.
And let me tell you this why, because it's, like I'm saying to y'all, is more or less we're making excuses, we're creating these excuses, right? If Nick Sirianni knew he wasn't a good play caller, right, and I'm not saying that Brian Johnson is, because we, like you just said in a couple of statements before that, we don't know who's calling who, what, how much of the percentage of the blame is on Nick Sirianni or if it's on Brian Johnson. We don't know. We have no clue or no idea. But the point I'm making to you is that if you knowing that you're not a good play caller, knowing that even Brian Johnson, you had no real evidence that he was a good play caller because he was only a quarterbacks coach within your organization since he got there. So what I'm saying to you is that knowing that you were a team that was probably on the verge of being able to repeat by going back to the Super Bowl, you should have brought a strong-minded coordinator in, somebody with experience, somebody that you know is an aggressive play caller that can keep your team, especially the way you designed them, to be aggressive the way they were the year before. Now, all I'm saying to you is that when you hire a guy like Brian Johnson, means to me, and it's only to me, not to you, I don't know if anybody else agrees, but to me, it just says that I'm going to hire somebody with lesser experience because I still want the control. I'm still going to control. That's all I'm trying to say.
All I'm saying is you're making assumptions. Because just what everybody else at NLT, you saying you should go out and do this and do that, but that makes little sense. That's a theoretical theory you put out there. Because hold on, let me have my point. Just like you just said, Joe. Any NFL team is always gonna go with familiarity. They're gonna go with what's familiar with them, what they're comfortable with. They're not just gonna go out there to box and say, well, he's supposed to be this great offense coordinator and hire somebody. They're gonna go with somebody who they're familiar with, who always has something, what can I say, a good opinion on what they to add to what they already feel good about. They're not just gonna go out there and say, nobody does that. I don't care what you say. You can't tell me a team NFL an organization that's just gonna go out there and be like, oh, he's supposed to be the best. We're just gonna hire them over somebody they're familiar with. It doesn't work that way. No, you can't. No, you can't. Go check.
They did it last year with Sean Desai. What are you talking about?
What do they went and hired somebody? He was the disciple of who they really wanted. How is he unfamiliar? You know that they want to put the defensive coordinator for Miami is who they really wanted. Because of the situation with Gannon, they wasn't able to get him. They got Desai because he's a disciple of him. Where was they feeling he was the best and he was unfamiliar in other?
Jay, where was the familiarity when it comes to organization? You just said most organizations hire with him. He wasn't a part of the Eagles. He didn't even have defensive coordinator experience.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. He wasn't the defensive coordinator in Chicago. He wasn't a defensive coordinator in Chicago. So all I'm saying to you is that at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, they do make those decisions. They do make those hires. We just don't. If Nick Sirianni wants to win the fan base over, especially if they go one and done this year, he has to hire a coordinator that has more experience. He has to. There's no way around that. You got to hire somebody that got experience because you can't call plays. And it's kind of unfair that you put Brian Johnson in that position when you're knowingly a team that's competing for a Super Bowl.
You keep saying that experience. Let me ask you this question. You keep saying you need to hire somebody with more experience and all that. But where was Steichen experience before he became offensive coordinator with the Eagles last year?
You gotta realize none of them three had experience. Steichen, Nick Sirianni, or Wait, Jay, you asked me the question. They grew. It was a hire where they grew together. Nobody expected them to have the amount of success that they had in the beginning, right off the bat. Nobody expected that. They all thought it was a learning curve. But you're here now. You can't be that team or that coach that's going to say, I don't care what your experience is. I want to hire somebody that's underneath me. You got to hire somebody with experience. You got to hire somebody that knows how to play and manage them games. You don't. You're a hell of a coach when it comes to the X's. I mean, not the X's and O's, but how to manage the game as far as do we go for it? Do we kick it? You're good in that aspect, but calling plays, you're not. You got to hire somebody that can call plays.
I'm not understanding how you say he has to hire somebody who has experience, but the last guy who they were successful with didn't have experience, but they were successful with. And you say they learned. You're saying they learned together, but then you saying you disqualifying that at the same time. Say they have to hire somebody with experience. Yes, you is. How can you say?
Listen to what I'm saying. Let me say it again. Sean Desai. Nick Sirianni, Jonathan Gannon, and Shane Steichen, all first time at their positions. Nick Sirianni, first time head coach. Shane Steichen, first time offensive coordinator. Jonathan Gannon, a first time defensive coordinator. They were hired together to try to make a ship right.
They wasn't hired together. They hired Sirianni. He picked them.
Okay, what I'm telling you is that they all had no experience at that level where they were at. They had no experience, right? But
they had success.
Yeah, but they actually, that's what I'm about to say, they actually had success what they were doing. They went to a Super Bowl.
But now you're saying they need experience to get success.
No. Yes, you do, because what happened was you saw Shane Steichen tell Nick Sirianni, if you want to win, give me carte blanche of office. You
making that up?
No, I'm not. You just said that.
You making that up? It was Sirianni that gave him a play call. You saying Steichen came to him and demanded play call?
Jason, it was reported. Even let's just say your theory is right and I'm wrong. I can take it. Let's just say that happens, right? You gave it up to an offensive coordinator because you knew that you couldn't do it yourself. What I'm telling you is the point I'm making to you is that now you was in the Super Bowl last year. You lost by 3 points. You're expected to go back to the Super Bowl this year. You expect to go back to the Super Bowl this year the way your team was built. You actually had one of the best drafts in NFL history coming off a Super Bowl. You were actually expected to go back to the Super Bowl this year. But you hired and which none of us thought that this would happen. But you hired a coordinator with no experience in a team that's championship poised, championship bound. You have to understand going forward. If you lose in the playoffs, next week or whenever they play, if you lose and you're out next year, you have to have a coordinator, an offensive coordinator in there that has NFL experience in calling plays. It's just like what they did with Sean Desai. They used him as a scapegoat and said the players don't like playing for him because they don't feel like he's confident.
They didn't scapegoat him. It was the players that didn't like him. So how that scapegoat him?
Hold on. I just said that, Jay. You're not listening. I just said the players said to him that they didn't feel as though he was confident.
I know what you said, but you said two different things. You were speaking out your ass both ways. You said they scapegoated him and then said that the players didn't like him. That's not scapegoating, though.
It is scapegoating. The players scapegoated him to say that they didn't like the way he called plays. They didn't feel as though he was confident in his play call. That's what they did. So at the end of the day, Sean Desai was a non-experienced defensive coordinator. He replaced him with an experienced defensive coordinator. And the problem I'm trying to tell you is that at the end of the day, what they did on defense made no difference.
All I'm going down to is that you're telling me that the philosophy when they hired Nick Sirianni, when he hired his first two coordinators, when he hired these new two coordinators, didn't work this time that it worked last time. So now he got to change his philosophy completely and go with veteran offensive defense coordinators, because when it worked the first time, it didn't work the second time, so it never gonna work again. That's what you're telling me.
You're not listening. But listen,
that's what you just told me. I'm not listening. You said both offensive and defense coordinator the first time. Let me talk. Like you just talk. Both offensive and defense coordinators the first time was new hires. This year, both offense and defense coordinators this time were new hires. Last year, last couple years when the new hires worked, it was cool, okay. This year, when the new hires don't work, it's not okay. So that means that last year when it worked the first year was cool. This year don't work, so he's never gonna work again.
I did not never say that. But you can
by saying he needs to hire experienced people, he can't do what he did this year. That's what you're saying. He can't continue hire new hires. He has to go with experienced people because it didn't work this year. That's what you're saying.
If you listen to, I'm gonna explain it one more time, but could we go over? And I want to get
we got the pickles.
What I'm trying to tell you is that when they hired Shane Steichen and they hired Jonathan Gannon, they had no experience. None of them had no experience. There was no expectations on this team at all. You're hired as coordinators to coordinate this team. You're hired as a coach to coach this team.
Oh, I get you. You say expectations change. That's the difference.
Exactly. You're a Super Bowl contending team. Now I get the hire of Brian Johnson. I'm not mad that they hired Brian Johnson, but you got to realize that it's not working. The defensive players decided that Sean Desai wasn't the answer for their defense, but you kept Brian Johnson in that position.
I wouldn't say hard.
Hold on, wait.
Go ahead.
Johnson is failing miserably.
Oh no, I wouldn't go that far.
Hold on. Yeah, I know you won't, but that is true. If that is 100% him calling plays, he's failing miserably because he's getting his quarterback killed pretty much every time we go out there and do a design quarterback run. He's failing miserably. So that's the difference between me and you. Hold on. That's not the difference because you complain about the design quarterback runs all the time. So
no, I don't like the frequency of it. The difference between me and you is that.
Okay, I'm not finished. I said this is what I'm saying to you. Going forward, if they lose in the playoffs in the first round, second round, or whatever, in the playoffs going forward, if they lose, they have to change. They have to make a change at offensive coordinator position and go with somebody more experienced because they have more at stake now than they did when those guys came in. Nobody, you can sit here and shake your head, no, but nobody sat here and said, yo, they hired Jonathan Gannon and they hired Shane Steichen. We're going to the Super Bowl the first year. Nobody said that.
We did. So what do you say? We didn't go to the Super Bowl first year. Nobody said that we did. What I'm saying, and just like I said, our first year with Steichen that had offensive coordinator plays, we went to the playoffs and we was out the first round. The second year is when we went to the Super Bowl. Just like his first year, he wasn't that good. Everybody thought he wasn't that good, but we was all right. We was good enough to make the playoffs, but nobody expected us to go to Super Bowl his first year offense coordinator. His second year offense coordinator, when Jell and him played together, it was also Jell's second year, or first time being the same offense coordinator in back-to-back years, is where we excel. So you taking this guy, his first year as offense coordinator, if you compare his first year offense coordinator compared to Steichen's first year offense coordinator, he's having a better year. The only difference is that our expectations is higher.
All right.
So you're looking down on him like he's doing a horrible job, which is not. There's a difference in doing a horrible job and not living up to your expectations. And that's what's going on right now. Oh, no. You just talk. Let me talk. There's a difference between having doing a horrible job and not living up to your expectations. Like, if we're still in the top 10 in offensive coordinator in his first year as an offensive coordinator ever. So that's not a person doing a horrible job. If you're a top 10 in offense in the NFL in your first year ever doing something, that's not a horrible job. You can't convince me that's horrible.
I can't convince you of nothing, though.
It ain't gonna convince me, but it's reality. You can tell me a top 10 offensive coordinator is horrible at his job?
Yes. Yes.
That makes no sense.
All right, so you know how
Especially his first year. Yeah, like he's a vet for 30 years.
Wait. Listen, you know how it makes all the sense? Because at the end of the day, we don't play to be top 10. We play to be number 1. So top 10 is like, oh yeah, at least we're top 10, so he's good. No, he's not. We
Mark, I'm saying top 10 to be generous. We're top 5. We're top 5. What are you talking about?
I can't.
No, you say that. You went hard on the top 10. I was being generous. We're top 5 offensively. So how can you say for a first year offensive that's bad?
Jason, nobody plays to be top 5. Everybody plays to be number 1. We don't play to be top 5. We play to be number 1. But let's go and pick him.
Yes, because I'm doing good. I don't know about you.
I'm definitely doing good.
You're doing good when?
I've been doing good. Listen, real quick, I want to say to everybody that hung on with me for this hour that we've been talking. We were supposed to be doing pick 'em a half hour ago, but we through the whole pick 'em and we're gonna get everything together. First game we saw
football get trashy between us.
I know. We saw Pittsburgh beat the Ravens yesterday, which was expected because Lamar Jackson and none of those guys played because they were already in the playoffs.
I thought Ravens would pull it off.
And then also we saw the Colts lose to the Texans, I thought the Colts would have won. Now I think they're out of the playoff hunt.
I 1-1. You 1-1 too, I think, so far.
No, I'm 2-0. I picked no, you're right. I'm 1-1. 1-1. I'm sorry, I did pick the Colts.
Oh my God.
So real quick, we're gonna go to the first game. Cleveland at Cincinnati Bengals. Cleveland at the Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm going with Cleveland.
Cleveland. Let's see. Anybody? I'm going Bengals because nobody's playing for Cleveland. I'm going Bengals.
Bengals season over. They gave up.
He says Browns. Linda says she's 2-0. Good job. Show off. You showing off. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna catch up.
That still got me, man. I like the Baltimore's backup quarterback. I thought he could pull it out.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback, but I mean, I just didn't think they was going. Pittsburgh needed it more, and T.J. Watt got hurt, so I don't know how that's going to help them out if they make it.
They make it. They done for with no T.J. Watt.
Right. Minnesota at Detroit.
Detroit is pissed about the Cowboys game.
I don't think nobody's playing for Detroit though.
I don't think so either, but they still pissed.
So you going Lions. I'm going Vikings in that one.
Vikings playing for nothing.
Lions, Matt goes Lions. Vikings are playing for nothing, but I think they still go out there and be the spoilers even though they're not spoiling anything.
Exactly.
Jacksonville at Tennessee. Jacksonville at Tennessee. Trevor Lawrence's game time decision.
I think Trey Lance still gonna be out. I think they're gonna save for the playoffs. I think I'm gonna go with Tennessee. I like the boy, young boy Levis.
But he didn't play last week, and I don't know if he's playing this week.
Yeah, he did it. They got what's the name? They back the old starter. I forget his name. He been running around too. Yeah, I think he's gonna play good anyway because this is last game with Titans. They know they're going with the young boy. He the future. So I still go with Titans.
You're going Titans?
Yeah, he got to show out for his new suitors. He wants to show out for next year to see one sign.
Oh, Trevor is playing. I'm going Jags in that. Trevor is playing. You want to switch? You switched up on me last week. You look like you sticking with the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah, I like Titans. I'm going with the Titans. I think I can't remember his name. The backup quarterback, the original starter. I think he's going to show out because this is his last audition for. Yeah, Tannehill for his last audition for a new team next year.
All right, New York Jets at the New England Patriots. Bill Belichick could be in the bag game.
They don't even know if he want to stay there. He don't know what he want to do. So not the Patriots at all.
You said not the Patriots, so you're going Jets.
Yep.
I'm going Jets too. I think Jets go out on the high horse with a good defensive showing. I think the Jets win that game. My man Max says Patriots. Okay. Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. Sorry. Linda says Patriots. Linda, I got all your picks too, I believe. You sent them to me in the DM.
I'm going Falcons. They playing for playoff hope.
Falcons. Ain't the Saints in position for playoff hope or playoff position?
I think they're all positioned for playoff hope. The NFC South sucks. But I'm going with the Falcons.
Matt goes Saints. I'm going Saints. I think the Saints will get it done.
Falcons been funky all year.
Tampa Bay at Carolina.
Oh, you know, go Bucks. Bucks.
I'm going Bucks on that one too. Tampa Bay. I mean, Carolina. They'll get whatever their team together next year. Both teams, whoever wins is in. Okay, so whoever wins between Falcons and the Saints,
that's awesome. Both of them for grab. I vote for the Falcons. I think the Falcons funky.
I'm going Saints though. I believe the Saints going to get that done. I just don't. I don't like their quarterback. I don't like Falcons quarterback. Chicago at Green Bay. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Chicago at Green Bay.
I'm gonna go with Chicago. I like the way the quarterback play. I like him. I would like the way he drafted him, but I thought with everybody.
I said he was going. I said if they traded him, he should go to the Falcons first.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Go back and look at the tape. Go back and look at the tape. Look at the tape.
No, we was off air when we did that. We was talking.
You're lucky. No, you didn't.
I did. Max says Green Bay. But it would be a good fit if Justin Fields was to get traded to go to the Falcons, because that would be a dynamic team. That'd be like the Mike Vick led Falcons back.
I think he said Patriots or something. You did not say Falcons. I was going to say Falcons.
Because you told me I said the Carolina Panthers. I'm like, they already got Bryce Young. Why would I say them? I said
no, you said something. I was going to brought the Falcons. I think you brought Bucks. I forget who exactly was, but it wasn't Falcons. I brought the Falcons.
You know what? It might have been Bucks. You're right. You might have been Bucks. It might have been Bucks.
I would bro Falcons because I didn't like the quarterback shit. I was like, the way they offense run with him at quarterback, I think that's all they're missing.
Right.
Because the quarterback suck.
I think I did say the Bucks. Denver at the Las Vegas Raiders. Denver at Las Vegas Raiders.
Vegas, baby. I like Antonio Pierce. Yeah, I like Antonio Pierce. I think he might keep that job.
I think so too. I'm going Raiders. They better not do the Rick Bisaccia and let him go. But I think all the players like him. I think they said what's the defensive line? What's his name? The boy with all the sacks on that team.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think, but it ain't up to that. It was us to go make the decision because when they fired the head coach, they fired the GM too. So when they
Yeah.
hired me GM, that's who's gonna make the decision.
Well, no, it depends on if the owner says they want it. Because I heard the players said they went to the owner saying that they want him as the coach.
That
Cosby.
don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Nick Crosby, I know what you're talking about.
That do mean
That don't
something.
mean no, it mean a little. It don't mean that because the owners set on who they want. You know,
If they
they already
want
got
to
their
keep Devontae Adams, they're going to listen to what the players say.
man. I can't ain't got no choice. He signed a contract.
You know, players got leverage, man. Cut it out. Stop it.
Man,
You
this
know
ain't
the trade.
this ain't the NBA. This the NFL.
You know the fourth trade. You know that. Philadelphia at the New York Giants. See, that's my point. That is my point. That is exactly my
Eagles.
point. There's no confidence in that. There's no
Eagles.
confidence in that. We're picking them because at the end of the day, that's our home team, and we ride with them. But there's no confidence in the Eagles, none at all. I'm telling you, it's
I
crazy.
guess it's a disappointment. The last week that game was just so disappointing. It was just
Very disappointing. Very disappointing.
it was insane. I was like, I can't believe they let them do this to them.
I'm
The
feeling
worst run defense, the everything. It was just horrible.
I'm gonna ride with the Eagles no matter what. That's my team. I'm going to defend them, but there's no confidence in them. It's none. Like it's ridiculous to be at this point of the year and be like, I don't know what the Eagles is doing. It's crazy. Like you should not. You should be like, yo, we getting ready to tear fire to somebody. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, DeAndre Swift should not even be playing today.
You know what's funny is that we win all them games at the beginning of the year, and everybody can say we're not playing our best ball. We're not playing our
We're not.
best ball. We're gonna get better. And instead of getting better, we got worse.
Exactly.
And that's what's mind-boggling about everybody because nobody understands how we got worse. It's hard to get worse.
I understand.
Just like it's hard to get better, it's hard to get worse. Just like it's hard to get better, it's hard to get worse. So how are you getting worse? Like when you stop doing that was good to make you so bad now.
All right, so hold on. Let me get through these tips real quick, and we can argue that offline because I want to ask you. It's a question I want to ask you. Seattle at Arizona. Seattle at Arizona.
Seattle.
What do you say? They're doing the rope of dope until playoffs.
I hope so.
I said that last week. I hope that's the case. I really do, but I don't see it, dude. I really don't see it. I don't think we got worse. I think they just watched the film and we didn't make any changes, which means you got worse. Which means you got worse. You didn't make changes. You got to, because people are going game, especially going in the playoffs. They're going game plan against you. So that means you got worse. You're supposed to make changes. Seattle at Arizona. Seattle at Arizona.
I already said Seattle. What you next?
Seattle, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got to keep up. What's your pick?
I'm going Seattle too. I think we all went Seattle on that one.
Yeah. Everybody went Eagles last week, and what happened?
I know. Don't remind me. Kansas City at the Chargers. Kansas City at the Chargers. I'm going Chargers.
Kansas City looking like us too. They looking bad, and I'm gonna go Kansas City. I think they can. I ain't think Eddie Reed going out like that.
But they're not playing nobody. Man. Oh, they got the third seed, so Mahomes is sitting.
They got the third seat. They locked in third seat.
Yep.
All right, yeah, flip that. I'm going Chargers. If Mahomes ain't playing, I'm not picking them.
Yeah, Mahomes not playing. Next game, the Rams at the 49ers. Brock Purdy and half their team is not playing, so
I'm going Rams.
They need that too, though.
Yep.
I'm going Rams as well. Hey, no, Rams already got a position, I believe, because Carson Wentz is starting for the Rams. Carson Wentz.
Really? Ah, they did pick one side. I remember they picked him up. It was quiet pickup. Don't mind.
And I believe if we win today, it's a possibility we could play them in the playoffs. I mean, first round.
Well, but once won't be starting, but it would be crazy.
No, it won't be starting, no.
Like we knocked Stafford out.
Oh, she want to change hers. I'm gonna send me the pick. You want to go with the Chargers then? I'm gonna write you down for the Chargers. She switched up on us.
Yeah, you know. Well, Mahomes is playing now. It's a difference.
Matt,
What
come
they
on, man. Change my pick. 49ers.
Chase Daniels, I think the Chase Daniels is backup for San Diego. I mean, Kansas City. Nobody going with him.
Mac, you sure you want the 49ers? They're not playing nobody. All right, Dallas.
That's how I feel about Carson Wentz.
Dallas at Washington. Dallas at Washington.
I'm picking Washington. Dallas ain't playing nobody. They already got the East wrapped up.
You picking Commanders. But they know. So you said they're not playing, but they are playing because they need they try to lock up the number one seed. I mean, number one. They're trying to win the division. Win the division.
Yeah, they win. If we win and we lose, they win. If we win, they lose, we win.
So you're going Commanders.
Yeah, man. I got my fingers crossed.
I'm going Commanders too. I got mine crossed.
We luck up and get the number 2 seed.
Yeah. She says she's going the Commodores. She called them the Commodores. Here in DMV, we call them the Commodores. I hear you. Why does she call them, change it to the Commodes, the Washington Commodes?
That name was horrible. I don't know why they forced them to change their name for no reason.
Change that name again, though.
Because wasn't nobody protesting? You ain't see nobody outside of Washington stadiums protesting about their name and none of that.
Politically incorrect. That's what they said. Politically incorrect. Last game, Buffalo at Miami. Buffalo at Miami.
Buffalo. They playing no more. Yeah, they need to get in.
I'm going Bills as well because they need it. It was called the Washington football team. Yeah, but they should call them the Washington Commodes.
That's only after they took away the name of the Redskins before they changed it to the Commanders. Nobody liked the football team. Nobody likes Commanders.
All right, listen, real quick. We do this when we on the show together. Give me your players of the game, score, and yeah.
I'm gonna go.
I want to put one in the toaster.
I can't even say that because that defense is not good. I'm gonna say 31-34 Eagles. Player game is Swift, and on offense and on defense, I'm gonna go with Sweat going end of the year strong.
Okay. My man Max says Hurts 3 touchdowns. I hope so, but they can't let nobody score 3 touchdowns.
That's why I went with Swift to keep defense off the field.
Right. I'm going player of the game on offense is going to be Boston Scott, the Giant Killer. He picks a blowout, 35-17. I have no evidence saying that we're going to blow this team out. I'm going 24-20 game.
24.
Yep, nail biter to the end.
I'm confused.
My defensive player of the game is defensive player of the game. I'm gonna go my young boy. I'm gonna go no, who I want to go?
Did you give an offensive player yet?
Jalen Carter. Yeah, I did. I said Boston Killer. Boston Scott.
Yeah, Boston Scott. Yeah, you did.
So Linda says 30-23. Scott and Cox will wait. Is he
not bad.
They're playing.
It's not bad picks.
Yeah.
That score is more reasonable. But you with the 20 is killing me because you have no confidence in our defense, but you think they're going to hold it to 20 points?
Yeah, I mean, they can get 20 points out of it. They can hold them to 20 points. I mean, it's the Giants you're playing, but, you know, that doesn't really mean too much. But listen, real quick, give a quick shout out to everybody who joined today. Thanks for being a part of the show. We're trying to get better. We're trying to keep growing every week, every time we do this. Going to
3 sacks, your man Matt.
going to the playoffs. Might switch the schedule up a little bit depending on when the Eagles play, and if they keep playing up until the Super Bowl, depending on what's going on, I'll put out reminders and let people know if I'm gonna be on or not be on. I'm telling things that I'm still gonna be on and talk about whatever night is going on, even if the Eagles are not playing. So we can still talk some trash and hate on some of these teams if the Eagles are not in it. Fletcher Cox is going to get 2 sacks. Okay, I hope you do. With that being said, I'll give my real quick rant. I mean, not my real quick rant.
Think about something.
Huh?
No, I just think because your man Max said Reddick with 3 sacks. I don't think he had a multi-sack game all year.
Yes, he did. He had in Washington. I think he had 2. Back at the end of the game. EADLEL.
Thing I want you to do for me.
What?
Come here.
What?
Win.
What are we waiting for?
You know what you gotta do. Do it.
How you feel what's about to happen on this field, man? They ain't gonna get it to us. We got to take it. They won't black out. We gonna give them a black out. Stay together and keep fighting. Now it's time to knuckle up. Do everything they move. Touchdown. Brian Westbrook, he scored. Touchdown. And the Eagles win. The Eagles win. Let's get it to them all night. Relentless. All your spirit, all your power, all your love. Give me what you got. Right here, right now. You ain't ready for a fight. Go ahead and go home.